Welcome to the season finale of
Fade Masters.
We started this journey with 8 talented barbers. Along the way, we got to know each of them, their stories, their strengths, and their weaknesses. And unfortunately, we've had to say goodbye to 6 barbers. Today, the 2 remaining barbers will be battling it out for the trophy. Who will be the first ever Fade Master?
I'm Andre Annika, guy go by Drawer King. I've been doing art since I'm 3 years old. I've always been interested in drawing, painting, tattooing, 3D modeling, sculpting, all of that. I owned a tattoo shop called Lovemore Tattoo in Vancouver. Being asked to do the trophy for Fade Masters was actually an honor, and I was really stoked the first time I've heard about the idea, and I've been working on it quite a lot, and I'm stoked that everybody gets to enjoy it afterwards, and hopefully the best one can take it home. The process of it all, I started just doing a quick sketch, understanding where things go and how it's gonna work out. After that, I started doing the 3D model, which was probably the most complex and the longest part of the whole project. We had to make sure the supports are properly set in order for it to look good and also be sturdy enough for the years to come. We started doing a filament 3D print just because it was easier, faster, and it doesn't smell as much as resin. However, it's not as solid as the resin one. So after that, we did the resin one, which took a little bit longer. However, it came out amazing.
Hi barbers, today is your day. Or not. You've both risen to the top with your clipper game, and we can't wait to see what you've got in store for us today.
All the previous challenges y'all have done have led up to this final competition. So I want to see your absolute finest work. Today, the challenge is the modern mullet.
You've got 40 minutes to execute this mullet. Let's get chopping.
Bringing these barbers in from all aspects and different points in their career is really cool to just see, the drive and the determination and what can be accomplished when you're motivated. And it reminds me of coming when I was getting into the industry and just the drive I had to pursue and do things. And it's really cool to watch everyone really showcase their talent.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to do this mullet. It's gonna be something out of the ordinary, something a bit different and flamboyant, so I'm excited to do it, yeah.
Nice. Have you ever cut a mullet before?
Yeah, I have. Nothing like this though, but it should be good.
Okay, great. And why do you think mullets have gained so much popularity over the last few years?
Yeah, I think longer lengths and men haircuts are becoming more popular, so mullet's a good way to keep that length while still having something shorter on the sides.
Cool. And do you think you're gonna win?
Yeah, I do.
Initially, we thought he'd go to university because that's where he got accepted to the Sauder School of Business and maybe keep playing soccer, but he was more interested in barbering.
So when he decided to transform the garage, it was a little difficult for me because it meant that I was gonna have to do a lot of purging. Been living in the same area for a long time, so you tend to accumulate things.
When he first wanted to set things up, he didn't have any chairs. So I remember I took him up 64th Avenue and he bought a used chair from another guy who was working out of his garage, probably.
The reason I think Mackay is so successful is because he's self-driven, motivated, hardworking. He's willing to sacrifice, a lot of teenagers, people his age are just out partying, and he's not, he's working.
You can see it's going somewhere because he's amassing a following and getting good with the video editing and messing around with the computers. So that's all useful stuff too.
Yeah, so Mackay does have the dream that he wants to have the best barbershop in Canada, which is foreseeable. I just don't know how soon, and I'm not sure how how he's gonna get there, but that's on him and he'll probably figure it out.
How are you feeling about cutting a mullet today?
I feel all right.
Okay, nice. And have you worked with this model before?
No, never. I just found him on the street.
Oh, that's great. You found a luscious head of hair on the street.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Beautiful hair, actually.
Yeah. Very beautiful. Are you feeling good? Are you feeling like you're gonna win today?
No,
No?
no,
It's not happening?
no, yeah.
Okay, well at least you're honest.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks so much.
My name is Aldrich. I go by the name of Catchafade on social media. I own 2 barbershops. One is In the Cut Barbershop, and the other one is Blank Space Barbershop. And I've been doing this for 10 years. Juice is doing really well. He's been barbering for like 5 years, and then he stopped for like 5 years. And then now he finally figured out that barbering is his passion, so he wants to pursue it going forward. His strengths in barbering is scissor work and fades. He does want to learn more of freestyle design. He's a well-skilled barber. Like when he did the Jefferson on the first round, no one would have expected that. Everyone would have expected normal fade, but he did a reverse fade. He started from the top and made his way to the bottom. Put hair on the side instead of the top. So creativity is gonna play a big role for him when he does come to the finals.
While the barbers are finishing up their last cuts of the season, let's go meet our guest judge.
I want to introduce you all today to our guest judge, Ricardo Vacas. With over 30 years in the industry, he's helped many young barbers through education get into this craft. Ricardo, thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you
Can
very
tell
much,
us a
Cody.
little bit more about yourself?
So my name is Ricardo Vacas. I'm a barber and educator. I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm the owner of Curb Salon. We're in downtown Vancouver. And I've seen during those 30 years, lots of trends. And I can see how they repeat over and over and mixing with something from the past. We look at hairstyles, from the last century, and we go back to the 1920s. We have the first World War. That was a big influence. How the hair is supposed to be short. It has to be comfortable. You're gonna be in war, so that created, set a pattern, a trend, in people. In the 30s, we have the Great Depression, in the 29. So in the early mid 30s. We have people, kind of with some sort of hope. Economy is gonna grow again. So I want to look clean, neat. Jazz clubs are happening, so people want to go there looking nice. Slick back hairs. So that's what it was creating the trend. But then when we start jumping more into the 50s, then we see something that we never seen before. We have Elvis Presley, for example, all those pumps and other stuff. The rock and roll, rockabilly style. And James Dean, Marlon Brando, we have all those styles. So now we have celebrities and singers, creating trends. And then we see that again with the Beatles in the 60s, those mop tops, and from there, now singers or music bands start creating a trend. We have the Rolling Stones, Beatles, when they started getting into a longer hair, right? And then we jump into the 60s, 70s, the hippie movement. And in the Afro community, for example, we have those big afros, right? And we can see an evolution from there into the 80s, like mullets, wolf cuts. So that was a big change. But again, in the 60s and 70s with the hippie movement, there was a reason, a social reason. Try to be in the opposite side of the military or the wars. We have to remember the Vietnam War and all that stuff. So long hair, laid back, that was completely the opposite, right? So that was part of the protest that I'm not gonna look like you guys. We have our own personality, we're against that. But now when we jump into the 80s or 90s, now we have, again, celebrities and music bands. In the 80s, we have Volume, we have mullets and all that stuff. And in the 90s, with the grunge bands, Nirvana and all these bands, we start having a little more simplicity, you know, like a longer hair, kind of like messy look, even a little bit greasy as well. We can see the first buzz cuts. Now we have in the 2000s, we have a shorter look, spiky look, the bleach and things like that. And then we jump into the 2010. Now we see more like high fades, undercuts, slick back, disconnections, hard part. And then in the 20s, now we see coming back again, you know, those shaggy looks, you know, those more like British looks, right, that we could see, you know, the late 80s, early 90s. So now we're going back to that. So pretty much all the haircuts that I can see right now, these wop cuts, mullets, you know, with fades on the sides, we've done that already, you know, like 20 years ago. But it's nice to see how they're coming back with a more modern touch.
Time's up, barbers. Let's get the judges in. How are you feeling after all of that?
Feeling decent. I like how the haircut came out for sure. Yeah, I think it's gonna be really close. I went for something a bit more modern and stylistic for sure. So I'm happy with that. And I like how the front came out. And yeah, I'm feeling good, but it's definitely gonna be close.
I'm good, man. It's like a walk in the park.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm very happy with the challenge today. Yeah, it was right up my ballpark. I've been practicing years for this, so.
Nice.
It was a good day.
What would you change about it if you could, if anything at all?
I would clean up the bulk above the taper a little bit more, blend it in more seamlessly on the left side, and then throughout the back, if I could get it to lay down a bit more, that'd be nice.
Honestly, just my balance. And I hate giving these pointers out because it's helping my ops, but yeah, just my balance and my scissor work. But other than that, no, I think we got it done.
Do you think you're gonna win? I know you said you thought it was gonna be tight, but.
I think so. I think I should. I think I went with the criteria of a modern mullet. So that's going for me. And I think the taper was really nice. And I like how it came out.
I just did what I do, and hopefully the guest barber, yeah, enjoys what I did.
And I know this is your third time now, or second time working with Juice. How has that been?
This guy's always in my ear. His chatter, his nonchalantness gets to me a little bit actually while I'm cutting hair. I'm trying to lock in, and he's just so relaxed. I'm just like, what the hell, how does he do it? But yeah, it's good having him around though. He knows what he's doing and he's fun, so it's good.
I love Makai. He has a very bright future. I love his drive. He's a very hardworking kid. It's nice to see that in people his age. So yeah, I look forward to, you know, possibly working together in the future. You know, maybe some education or something, whatever comes down the road, yeah.
We got Makai's model here.
He executed pretty well, you know, the square shape. I like this kind of asymmetry on the front of this side. Maybe I'm not that happy on the other side. Also, you can see there's inconsistency in the style. It doesn't look square, it's kind of tilted.
Yeah, it's definitely.
So you don't know if it's on purpose or not because it's not very clear. On this side, for example, I would stay in symmetry on the other side. I would like to see more consistency on the weight line from this side into the front. It looks a little bit too flat, so it kind of drops a little bit too much on this side.
I agree.
Just
yeah,
kind of killing the balance a little bit.
It definitely is a little flat on the side, and I get what he was going for, but he could have achieved that while maintaining some volume in the front.
Just following the weight line a little bit, I think that would have created a better balance.
Yeah.
And I think the symmetry between both sides with the taper fade, I think is pretty well done. Also, curly hair is a bit more forgiving. If you make a little mistake here and there in terms of length, you don't really see that, right?
Definitely helps hide some of it. Yeah, I really like the separation here. And you can almost see there's like two disconnects almost happening here, like one from the top and then kind of building down here, and it has that nice kind of flat separation between the textures, and I think that's, it's really cool actually. I like that, just a change in the texture. Thing I think I would have really liked, yeah, is like you said, the little sloping on the front, and that could have been a creative choice, but
that can be just a styling issue. Probably the length is there. Maybe I'd like to see the curls a little more gathered. Yeah, maybe a little more wet or a little more moisture on the curls. But yeah, other than that, I think in general it's not.
What are your thoughts on the chop and the bang, the center of the bang?
I mean, it's you know, when it comes to creativity, it's kind of hard because it takes us out of the conventional. But I think that's what creativity is, right? Like getting out of the box. So I think it's a pretty cool idea actually.
I think it was
Why not?
A cool choice as well. Yeah, I liked it. Here we are, we got Juice's model. Is there anything that's jumping out at you that you either really like or think needs some improvement?
Yeah, I think the graduation looks pretty good in the beginning. Maybe a little lack of connection between the taper or the fade part into the graduation. I can see the disconnection he was telling us between the graduation and the bottom part that creates the mullet. But visually, I think it's very well connected, even though there's a disconnection.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe I would have enhanced that more, the disconnection. But I think it's very well executed. Maybe in the styling part, on the top part, I can see a little bit of inconsistencies, even in the length, compare the right side with the left side. And volume-wise as well.
Are you speaking the length up here and here?
Yeah, on the very top. I can see there's probably you know, a little bit of difference on the length, probably the pressure and the rush. Yeah, and there's no consistency in the volume on the top.
And that's honestly just more of a styling issue. But yeah, we would like to see that filled out right there. Would have been cool. I agree with you on the back here with this disconnected blend. It's really well done, I think. But if he wanted to emphasize the disconnect more, he could have done more. But I actually really like the way it lays like that personally. I think the styling, maybe even the product distribution a little bit could have been a little bit
I agree.
neater. One big thing that I see right here is just this little bit of a line here.
I can see the contrast here, right there in
just
that
a bit
area.
of a line on the taper, and you don't really see it.
Yeah, that is very, very well blended.
Right, so this one's super smooth, and I just feel like on this side, there's just that one. Right? Is that what you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's kind of it for me, really. That's kind of my main issue with it, but overall the styling's pretty cool.
No, maybe if he would have removed some of the weight on the top, probably that would have helped to create a more you know, less weight, to remove some weight and make it lighter
for easier
to style. Yeah, I think so.
All right, it's been a hell of a journey getting to this point, you guys. And, you know, very impressed with the work you guys have put out.
I think you both guys did a good job, and it was hard to pick a winner, but obviously we have to decide.
Juice cut was super dope, super creative. Loved the disconnections and the classic styling, tapers, and little bat wings on the back. Those are dope. Really enjoyed it, and overall well put together cut. Really enjoyed it. Makai, liked the creative styling on it. Enjoyed that as well. Two super awesome cuts. This was a real tough one. With that being said, the winner of the very first season of Fade Masters is Makai. Congratulations, brother.
So obviously now you know the results of the competition. How are you feeling now?
I don't know, it's okay. I really was really impressed with Makai's haircut, so I think they chose well.
Feels good, obviously. Yeah, no, I'm relieved that the creative risk that I took really paid off. That's what separated the two haircuts, and yeah, no, it feels good, for sure.
Do you have any regrets? Anything you would have done differently?
As in like my haircut? No, not really. No, I honestly maybe just planned and maybe did a little more maybe, but yeah, I didn't plan on this one. I got too much going on, so.
I mean, yeah, throughout the whole process over the last, couple of months that the show's been getting filmed, I've been practicing really hard, just getting ready for each episode. So I'll be taking those experiences with me for sure, and I'll just continue to just keep on learning. It made me realize how comfortable I got with my skill set. Last night I was actually I was practicing my scissors. One of my mentors was telling me to put the scissors on the table, and I was practicing my scissors. I never do that, but so this show gave me the opportunity to actually practice for something, right? So it feels good for sure for all that work to pay off.
Is there anything that was like a highlight of the season for you, something you really enjoyed or that you're gonna take home with you?
Probably just getting to know, just intermingling with the other barbers, I guess, was the best part.
I wouldn't have been able to do a haircut like this, literally a month ago. My scissor work has needed a lot of improvement, and I continually improved that throughout the months of the show being filmed. So that's definitely cool, and that's something I look back on proudly, yeah.
And what does the future hold for you? What can we expect from you?
I don't know, man. I'm just gonna go cut hair. I just work every day. I'll just be at the shop. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what. I'm not trying to be famous. I'm just a barber.
It's gonna be the same old, posting every day. Hopefully I'll get into some more competitions. And it's been a good season. I'm proud to be the Fade Master Season 1 winner, so it feels good. Let's go.
Well, it's been a long journey to get to this point. We've had some amazing barbers showcasing some amazing skills. But Makai rose to the top and took home the trophy as the very first Fade Master.
Yep, and unfortunately, Juice had to go home empty-handed. But we really appreciate you tuning in to the first season of Fade Masters, and we can't wait to see you in the second season.